Don't ding dong me. All right. Unmute. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, I know. Try let the air pass through the vocal cords.
Hello, Chad.
You thought you were going to catch me, didn't you? I actually want to just try and switch my camera over here. I didn't want to stop the video, sorry. I want to see if my Canon will come up here. All right, so color's a bit out, eh?
Yeah, you're looking just about 10 degrees from death, yeah.
Yeah,
looks like you're about only 10 degrees hot.
Like very fucking red, yeah. That's the Canon, the 1200D. They've created a webcam software.
Okay.
Which I've installed. So, yeah, no, that's...
And now we can count your beard here, eh?
Oh, fuck off and David. Touch up my appearance. Let's see, does that make me any more beautiful?
No, it's not just fluff anymore. You can actually count them.
No, it doesn't actually show any difference. Wait, I've got to adjust the slider. Nah, that doesn't seem to do much. Adjust below light, manual.
White balance.
Yeah, I don't know what they've got here, so that's why I'm busy playing. Rendering, video capturing. No, that's about it, dude. Okay, let's go.
Color temperature.
Yeah, I want to go to the EOS software itself. But I suppose that will now be under Canon. There must be a setting there. Crap, where'd the window go to? Now it just disappeared. Just like that, it was gone, like Harry Potter. What time is it? 8 minutes to go. Okay. Here is 2. Starting up. And then it disappears. And that must be because of the fact that I have got the camera in use on Zoom. So there we go. We will go back to the Microsoft.
There's definitely a resolution improvement on the Canon, eh?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that thing is like, I don't know what the res on that is compared to this little Microsoft Live Cam. Most definitely very high quality. Let's try this again. Canon. Oh yeah, I better open this other application up as well if I can find it. All right, camera control. Damn, it doesn't want to take me to where I want. Oh, wait, there we go. Camera settings, remote shooting. Yeah, I'll probably have to go and play with the camera settings.
The fact that your illumination is not natural sunlight, it's that LEDs, so therefore you get that funny color.
Yeah, that's why it's actually got a little bit on the red side. I remember I had to do some adjustments with the live cam as well. But you know, Windows 10 likes to just change things.
Override everything.
Yeah.
I think they know everything.
Of its own bloody accord, you know, it tries to be smart. where in actual fact, it's actually pretty fucking dumb. Network buffering, audio, timing, proxy, servers. My station. Okay, that is there. I think I'm going to say things again tonight that, well, I'm just going to say things, what the fuck. Let's not beat about the bush. Even if it is only the two of us. No, now I can't find what I'm looking for here.
ZS60PS.
What's that now?
Can you hear it though?
I can hear it. It's low. It's about 50% down in volume. Oh. About 105 at the moment.
What?
Louder than you.
Yeah, now because I jacked that volume up there. Oh, dearie me. While we are here, just before the meeting, let's just have a quick look at windy.com. Because these grey skies have like taken fucking forever.
3 minutes.
Yeah. So if we play this forward, yes, tomorrow we're going to have a lot of cloud. Tuesday a little bit clearer. Wednesday it's going to start getting cloudy again. Thursday's going, well, no, wait, that's still Tuesday. Wednesday it will be a bit sunny. Well, half the day anyway. The rest of the day is just cloud. Thursday, still going to be reasonably cloudy. When is this going to stop, hey?
It's actually quite funny. For the first time in the time that I stay in this house, it's more than 25 years. We've got actually, patches of mushrooms growing in the grass.
Patches of
Mushrooms.
growing in the grass.
Yeah, they're behind behind the tunnel.
I wonder if that didn't blow in with the previous winds, and now with all the moisture. I mean, we've had a lot of damp, humid days, and that's ideal mushroom.
Yeah, but I mean, usually I think it's because the ground is now decently wet. Now the mushrooms actually hatches and grows.
Yeah, well, with me not having a gardener coming over all the time, the bloody blackjacks, like you cannot believe it.
Yeah, I had a lot of blackjacks also in the tunnel because I couldn't reach them. But luckily, my garden man is back, and we removed all the old pumpkin growth. So my tunnel is now nice and clean again, so I can start planting again.
Yeah, because to get rid of blackjacks is another problem.
Oh, I had just a flash. What is going on?
Flash of what?
My light. So it means that there was a switch over of my my grid connection. No, battery is 100 and okay. When it's full, it says 104. So I am off the grid at the moment. It switched away from the grid.
Cool. Okay, there we go. 1900 on the nose. I don't know whose nose. It could be Rudolph. Not too sure. But anyway, good evening, everybody. Sunday, 7 February 2021. Let's see who's out there for this evening's next. ZS6OP is standing by.
November Yankee, also no traffic.
Okay, there we go. Acknowledging ZS6FPS, ZS6SNY, and of course myself. I wonder who else is out there. 1901. Normally give it 5 minutes. ZS6OP is standing by for the next. Hello, Mr. Pierre.
No. Here.
Hallo. Hallo Adrian.
Gaan het goed, Pierre?
Ja, lekker cool and wet. And yeah, we haven't seen sun in weeks now.
No, check my beard can show the proof of it. Like growing, dude. I see my camera's out of sync there, but okay, 1902. And nobody else has joined us. Come, guys, where are you? Time to get out from under the duvet and the beds and all the rest of it in this miserable weather. The ZS6. Oh, the good news is that winter is coming. The ZS6OP is standing by. Did I drop out there or what?
No,
All right, so I don't know if I actually went out on 2 meters or if my microphone played the fool with me again. Anybody else out there? ZS6OP is standing by. Wow. No George, no Baptist, and there's no load shedding. Stephen has got visitors. I think I said that. Don't you want to make another cup, please? Okay, 1903. Let's make this a second last recording or round recordings and see if anybody else is out there. ZS6OP is standing by. Okay, last call. Let's see if anybody else is out there besides Adrian and Pia and myself. ZS6OP is still standing by. Yeah, and there we go. I'm just talking about you, wondering where you were. Z6VRL acknowledging you. Z6OP is still standing by.
All units on scene, please you can stand down. Thanks. Station consulted by network.
Okay, there we go, 1905. Good evening, everybody. Just everybody as well. I know that there's only 3 people that have called in, but yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are too shy, too afraid, or I don't know. You know, normally, I suppose to say it politely, sometimes people just don't like to pick up their radios for all kinds of weird and wonderful, well, maybe not wonderful reasons, but anyway, good evening to all of you who are listening and just not calling in there. Today, as I said earlier, 7th of February 2021, can you believe it? We are already a quarter of the way through the 2nd month of the new year. And of course, we are still being plagued with coronavirus and all the other bits and pieces that are affecting us as a result thereof. Okay, this net runs every Sunday evening from 1900 now. We will be changing the time in due course and the date. To a time that might be more suitable to more of the amateurs, as they are actually stating that they do have other household chores and activities to do on a Sunday evening. So we will relook that one. I said we would do it in the new year. Of course, you don't need to be a member of anything, anybody, any entity or otherwise to come and join us. You're more than welcome to do it as long as you have paid your ICASA license fee. It's the only thing that says or that you require in order to use any of the amateur bands, regardless of which frequency it may be. I do know many people tend to have much to say about that to the contrary, but tough. The regulations make it clear that we can use the amateur bands, so please feel free to do so anytime. Let's start with the round of greetings. I know that Adrian was there first, but I'll kick off with Pierre, just to keep Pierre awake there. I see he's busy rubbing his eyes and all the other good things. I don't know what's going on with Batters. He's just got a black screen, so maybe he's undergoing some ESCOM activities there. I don't know if Batters has shown me a cab or if it is just the supper, but anyway, here, Z6FPS, Z6OPS in the net.
Yes, good evening. Let's just mute. Sorry. There we go. Good evening, Chad. Batters, and Adrian. Anybody else out there? Everything's all fine. I hope to see some fun. Other than that, everything's all cool. There is 6 OBS from there is 6 FPS.
Okay, good stuff there, Pierre. Now, I wonder if I should just throw it Batters' way. Maybe we will catch him with a mouthful. But let's just give him a bit of chance to chew and swallow there. So, Adrian, ZS6SNY, ZS6OPS in the net.
Everybody listening, guys that good evening, and all is well on your side. My side is everything is fine. So we've got all the the piggies in the cage. I'm not going mad, but otherwise all is fine, and everybody is well.
Okay, thanks, Adrian. Mr. Batters, let's throw it your way now. I hope you've swallowed and didn't choke in the process. ZS6 Victor India Lima, ZS6 Oscar Papa Sierra in the net.
ZS6 OPS at the net, ZS6 VRL. Yes, good evening, everybody. Start here at Adrian. Thanks, all guys. I already followed. Good to fight. We're all doing
Okay, thanks, Bertus. And I think I'm just going to check if there's any other latecomers that would like to be added to the list quickly, and then we're going to get started here this evening. ZS6OP is standing by for any further call-ins.
Yeah, Romeo Echo Sierra is listening on the side.
There we go, Mr. Trevor, ZS6RES, and having spoken to you on Alpha 6, welcome aboard. Thanks for calling in and listening and all the rest of it. Okay, guys, let's get started here. First things first, I do want to make the following statement that just before about 6:45, between 18:30 and 18:45 or thereabouts, I see that the SA Coronavirus website posted a media briefing notification with important update on vaccines. Now, okay, ZS6OPS returning. Sorry, I had to clear the frog in the throat. Okay, so basically what's happening is at 1900, the media have been invited to an urgent update to attend the urgent update, at least via Zoom. And naturally, I didn't register for it this evening because of the fact that I was going to be having the Zoom meeting with our guys here tonight as well. So those of you that are listening, please feel free to come and join us on Zoom as well. Now, let's cover the point of the vaccines. The information over the last 12 hours in particular is that this the vaccine that South Africa has just received, I can't think of the name now. I'll have to have a look at it. So I'll have a look at it and I'll come back to you on that one in a minute. But basically, this vaccine that's been received by South Africa, they've discovered it is not as effective on the South African strain. Now, that there is in actual fact going to make it very difficult because it means that they are going to have to look at ways of sorting that out. And even though the country has received multiple, I think 1 million of them in the last week, they're going to, it's the AstraZeneca, that's the one that I was thinking of. They're going to have to find a way to boost it. There's a possibility that instead of requiring the vaccine and then a second one as a booster, they might even have to put in a third jab and boost it that way. So just be aware of that one, and we'll have to monitor that as we go. Now, looking at our figures South African wise definitely have come down in the last week. The last 4 days, the figures went from like 4,000 down to 3,737, and then yesterday for the previous 24 hours, 3,100. The mortality rate has also decreased from 398 down to 261, up again to 297 to 278 as reported yesterday. So even though those figures have come down from the 500 and 600 mark and even the 800 mark that we've experienced in the last 2 weeks, we've still got a high number of people who are losing. All right, having cleared the timeout timer, ZS6OPS returning. We still have a fair number of people in South Africa who are in actual fact losing their lives. The hospital admissions I know have actually decreased quite a bit since everybody came back from the Christmas break. Although the figures countrywide are still extremely high if one was to take these figures at face value. And I say that because of the fact that some provinces naturally are not always able to give the figures as at a particular time. So the last set of figures that I received were for the 5th of February, which I just want to run through. Gauteng, total cases 392,000, which is leading the pack, and followed by KZN at 319,000. 271,000 Western Cape, 192,000 in the Eastern Cape. Now, it's actually amazing to see how these numbers drop when we get to the Free State. 77,243. Now, you know, even here, one has to consider the fact that the Free State, in the metropolitan areas and that the figures might be high, but out in the farming areas, those numbers might not even be reported. And a lot of the farmers might feel that, and their family and staff, for example, may very well not even be going out to be tested when they do show signs or potential signs or have the potential of having COVID. So naturally, it's extremely difficult to determine exact numbers moving forward. Mpumalanga, 66,000, Limpopo, 59,000, Northwest then has come down to 58,000, and the Northern Cape at 32,000. So that there is the total number of cases. However, the new cases that were reported on the 5th, Gauteng, 977. Guys, if you think about it, that's a lot of people to be reported on in a 24-hour period. And this is why when we look at 3,000 as a South African figure, but Gauteng alone is sitting on 1,000 or close to. It's extremely high. And this is now where one has to be careful in terms of or how we interpret the statistical data that is presented to us. Right, ZS6 OPS returning. Having said that, of course, that 24-hour period, so that would have been the 4th to the 5th of Feb, Gauteng was sitting at 52 deaths, and the hospitalization was at 4,500. Now, if you think about 4,500 people sitting in South African hospitals, those hospitals are taking a little bit of strain, eh? And of course, the total number of hospitalizations nationally is 2,000. The number of people that are currently on, and this is as at the 5th, on ventilation, nationally 1,100, and Gauteng 517. So yeah, you know, out of 4,500, 517 are sitting on ventilators, and a further 861 are in ICU. So what I'm trying to point out on the national figures, when we compare these to what's happening globally, our global figure at the moment stands at 105,000. Wow. Now, I actually wrote this down, 6:45, 879,000, and I've just refreshed the stats. And we've gone up almost 40,000 just in the last 30 minutes. So we're now at 105 million, my apologies, 105,909,000 global cases, with 2,312 people having lost their lives. So 14 months into COVID-19 and a pandemic, guys, our numbers still are not very good. It's still an area of concern. And of course, it is still something that each and every single one of you that are listening to tonight's net must still take seriously. Don't let your guard down. That is one of the biggest warnings that's coming out from all quarters at this stage. Please do not let your guard down. Okay, ZS6 OPS returning. So when the statement to do not let your guard down is made, what it means is still physically distance yourself. Don't gather indoors in large crowds. If you do want to meet people, meet a few people, preferably outside, well-ventilated areas. Still sanitize, wash your hands on a regular basis, and most definitely wear your mask. Not for your sake. We don't need, you know, to put it in a blunt way. You're not the concern. It's everybody else that is the concern. Because you wearing a mask, if you are infected, your mask wearing can in actual fact prevent you from infecting other people. And sure, you do or are afforded a little bit of protection of being infected by others if you've got a mask on, although that is not exactly how the mask works or the concept of the mask works. And no, it doesn't turn your brain to mush. I think most people's brains are already mush, if you ask me, when it comes to face mask wearing, pandemics, viruses, and a couple of areas. No, Adrian, I'm not going to say that includes the amateurs, because I'm on air. I need to be polite tonight, so I'll be polite. Okay, so having said that, let's move away from COVID-19. The biggest thing that's happened today is this this glacier that has come adrift in India. And wow, this thing came down about almost 10 hours ago, thereabouts. And they were very concerned about flooding and of course, they suspected about 150 people had been killed. However, by 1800 this evening, the floods had already begun, because naturally, as the glacier came down, plenty of other waters followed, those rivers and whatever coming down through the mountains. It's actually gotten into one of the power stations and into tunnels, and it's caused mudslides and rock slides and everything else. And now there's a mad rush to get rescue personnel in. One of the images that has actually been broadcast on Al Jazeera at the moment is a group of rescuers have pulled one of the trapped, probably power station or utility members from the tunnel and underneath this sludge, literal grey sludge. And the guy is so happy that he actually flings himself out of the rescuer's arms and into the sludge just to make a point. So ZS6OPS returning on that, a bit of a comical note with regards to how some people react to a disastrous situation. Most others would have come out there gasping, panting, all the rest of it, shocked, shell-shocked, psychiatric case, whatever you want to call it, white as snow. In this case, the whiteness would have appeared over the grey sludge, and here's this one character that is so happy that all the rescuers just burst out laughing. And I tell you, that cameraman should in actual fact be awarded some kind of award, even if it's one for a stand-up comedian or something along those lines. I don't know. But now, talking about comedy, I have taken the decision that moving forward, I've decided, and I know, let me just make sure Rory's not listening, stand by one.
He's listening.
Okay, that was actually extremely well timed, because my statement would have been wiped out by the CW yet again. So having said that, ZS6OP is returning. What can I say? It's just a comedy of errors, eh? But anyway, I've decided, I've taken the decision to, during the next couple of weeks, hopefully not months, I'll have to have a look and see who's prepared to assist with any donations, or how the financing actually pans out, because I have decided I want to acquire a couple of Baofeng radios, handhelds. And for some of the amateurs to actually build their own 2-meter antenna. And then, of course, we'd have to look at, the cable and connectors and everything else at the handheld Baofengs. Depending on the model, of course, that I can lay my hands on, can connect to those antennas. What I ultimately have decided that I want to do is that I want to place each of these Baofeng radios and antenna solutions at various locations around the Johannesburg area, in particular with radio amateurs, so that they've got the responsibility of knowing what they're doing. I mean, this is a radio amateur net that I'm busy running here. And I want each of these radios installed at all of these different locations throughout the city of Joburg, Krugersdorp, Midvaal. I mean, virtually southern Gauteng, but the area that we tend to concentrate on. Okay, I need to clear timer and just give my hand a break here. Okay, ZS6OP is returning. Now, the other thing that I need a little bit of donations on, and I've got to research it a little bit, so maybe, you know, the three of you that are up tonight can give me some indication, lead me in the right direction as to which way to go. I need to find a signal link compatible sort of hardware device that will connect to the Baofeng. And we'd have to space it out. Every 10 minutes, I want each of these stations to actually transmit CW and a station identification. If it's not CW, it can be voice, very much like the Echolink server does, or every 30 minutes or when it feels like it. And the reason that I wanted to do this across all of the repeaters is ultimately so that when Eskom decides to do load shedding, we know the areas that are going to be load shed because they are on the schedule. The problem comes in that we don't know the areas that have gone off that are not on the schedule. And the only way to properly monitor for the sake of life and limb the areas that have lost power, in order for us to ensure that we can look for the people, or at least attend to the people that might be on life support systems, and at least start monitoring their well-being when there's no power. And the only way we're going to do that is to actually be notified. So using that signal link type board and Baofeng radios, our radio amateurs can come to the party. We'll just do it over the repeaters, very much like Echolink, and that way we can monitor it. So there we go. That I think if any of you have got any input for me, please feel free to contact me and we'll discuss it there. Let's see what else is there. That was the beacon. Yeah, now I've got to be careful. Don't use the word beacon. Beacon should be down somewhere else on the band plan, not to mention CW. So the plan then can't be CW transmission. We'd have to do a voice transmission. That will be a better idea. Okay, that's the India glacier collapse, the COVID-19, the media release. That's going to be interesting to hear what the minister has to say about the discovery of the efficiency is a lot lower than they expected. So we'll probably only get to know the final outcome of that tomorrow. So we'll have to pick up on it. Outside of that, no, not very much. Windy.com, again, playing it forward, is showing cloud cover for yet another week. And, of course, our grey skies are going to be a problem. Guys, if we do time out on Zoom there, I will open it up and then we can carry on chatting there. So I'll open it as soon as it times out there. Okay, on that note, any questions? Well, let's just do it this way. There's only the three of you. I'll start with Pierre again, and if you've got any questions, anything to add, speak up now, forever hold our peace, and then we will move on. Right, ZS6 FPS, ZS6 OPS.
Yes, Chad, talking about the signal link. We must actually have a chat with Adrian. He made some of these boards and we've been testing it. And it was working very well up to the point where my laptop was a bit of a problem, but the actual hardware that Adrian has built works perfectly. All distance from my side, ZS6 OPS, ZS6 FPS.
Okay, good stuff. I'll throw it over to Battis and then I'll give it to Adrian. Battis, ZS6 VIL, ZS6 OPS in the net.
ZS6 OPS, ZS6 Yeah, that's, we four, there was another caller was called in just now, so we are four, not the three of us, so total we are five. That's the FYI. Now, on my side, I'm sure it sounds like Adrian Fear out there the solution for you. So, yeah, good luck. All the best for that. Let it be okay, and the next day, we are out.
Okay, thanks, Sebatus. Yeah, no, there is actually only 3 of us up on Zoom, and Trevor ZS6 Rez said he would be listening. I know that he's busy with supper, and yeah, there's our India Glacier collapse again. Guy comes out all joyful, hands up in the air, and then dives out into the mud. So there we go. Rez is busy with the kids and supper and everything else, hence only 3. ZS6SNY, ZS6OPS in the net.
Nothing much to add to the discussion.
Okay, good stuff. Thanks, Adrian. As I said, guys, I'll reopen Zoom in a minute or two. I think there's a few minutes left, but we will reopen it. Okay, moving forward. To all those that are listening, those that called in, have a great week. And sanitize, wear masks, physical distance, be safe, be prepared, and of course, be happy. ZS6OPS. Releasing 145.625 for general use. 73, everyone. Okay, you much can unmute your microphones, and then you can go ahead and cut me out for stirring the shit.
A real pot stirrer, aren't you?
Yeah, there we go. Batis, there we go. No,
Hello.
Fuck this. Batis, did you get a reply from Philip yet?
Nothing.
Yeah, well, don't expect one, because AEZ has said the only reason he's got the CW going out on Echolink is so that he can ensure and know while he's not at home that Echolink hasn't hung and that it's working.
So how is he hearing it if he's not home?
I think he's...
Okay, it's just a question.
Okay, we'll well put, Batis. And then to top it all, Philip this morning on the bulletin stated that they have decided that when we communicate on the 625 during our over, we should in actual fact de-key our mic, then key up and continue in order to give the Echolink beacon time to reset.
Okay. What that might mean?
It means, fuck you, we will have Echolink beacons and everything else going. Now, during the
First
course
priority.
of the... Huh?
First priority.
As a first priority. So that
Really?
is why I want a signal link board, because Echolink from my PC, I might be able to do it through another laptop or something.
There you go. Give it priority first. Thanks.
So the correct way to do this manually would be like this.
Oh, pot stirrer.
Okay. If I really want to be a cunt, and like I said, CW must fuck off to the CW portion of the band. This is voice. It shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Z6SNY, just to reiterate what I said. CW shouldn't be here. It should be done on the CW portion of the band, not here by voice. Anyway, thanks. Z6OPS out. Oops, wrong mic.
Mike.
ZS6OPS. ZS6 OPS.
I can do the
Disconnected.
exact same. Fuck them. I'm now going to go after the fucking club. Hammer and tong, China, they move.
Yeah.
And if we can have a little board to work off of a fucking Baofeng Stu's card, we should implement it. And then that way we'll know if electricity is down in any particular area. Can
Chad,
you imagine? Huh?
it's a battle that they want to push you off all the time, isn't it?
Yes, I tell you, it's fucking unbelievable, China. That's really unbelievable. There is no logical explanation as to why this identification should be put out and transmitted over the repeaters. There's not even a fucking legal requirement for it on the repeaters.
Yeah, they're very successful, eh? Because they get your heart rate up.
Yep.
Yeah, but just think, it's taking 10 cunts to get my heart rate up, and it's taking one person to fuck off 100 people in the club. So who's actually winning here?
Yeah. Now look at the amount of people that's actually on the air nowadays. The people are just